And we are back with the grand final of the Metal State Rainbow Six Operator Series, the first season of that. And obviously, if you didn't know, we got a bit load shedding in here, and Xhail ended up winning that map 7-5. So we are now 2-0 in this series of best of 5 series as we head into the or not the final map. Oh, am I cursing Xhail to not win this one? We head into VYBN's next map pick, which is Oregon, and this could be a do or die moment for them.
Yeah, it's game point for Xhail. 2 maps up onto 0, and that's your band. We're getting into Oregon, and now we need to reset our mindset, because Oregon, in my mind's eye at least, plays out completely differently to what we've seen. We've seen Theme Park and Border. 2 maps which, on the quick eye view, might not be too similar, but I'd argue quite similar in how they actually play out. Oregon, in my experience at least, quite different. It's a bit more attacker favored, it allows for a lot more roam play, even though it's a tinier map. I think we're going to see a lot different gameplay coming out here, and this is VYBN's map pick, we need to note that, and quickly checking up, I believe it was it Oregon that they 7-1'd
Yeah, so
Onyx on yesterday? Yeah.
Oregon that they 7-1 Onyx on yesterday, so this is clearly a strong map for VYBN. They clearly don't want to deal with the mirror strategies that Xhail has been known to bring out. And the Flores ban, once again, they just don't like exploding drones.
Oh, okay, joining the fray. So
sorry that this game is so boring for you. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to yawn. It's been a long day. It's not boring. It's just a long day. Fasting takes a lot.
Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
Okay, Trinoc.
As we get ready to go into round 1, as you're saying, Jacques, this is a strong map for VYBN based on yesterday's score.
Yeah, it should be a strong one. Xhail are starting on the defense, and okay, that's the first time I do believe that Xhail have picked a Solace. I have wanted this operator to shine on through because I truly believe in its potential. Please let this be the time. Harper, I know you gripe with this position all the time, and I'm going to point it out just because of you. You could point over to the rotate between dorms and hallway. They've fully opened it up, which usually you do want to leave a little sliver at the bottom just so they can't shoot your feet when they eventually do push on into attic. So I'm just pointing that out to appease Harper, because I know if I don't, he is going to be shouting at me and the team. But more importantly are those vertical angles opened up. It's going to allow the defenders holding on down into the Zulu position, the bottom hallway. So Xhail, the defenders, looks like they're holding onto the bomb side, but quite loosely. They're extending over into the armory side. They're extending down below, and Harper, if you could focus on that Solace, I do just want to see where she's playing around. Down below in blue, strangely. Maybe a position where they know they can hold some drones vertically.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this looking for a flank action if there is a basement push from VYBN? Which, I mean, of course, VYBN right now just completely ignoring that, going for main entrance instead. Solace has the opportunity to come up from the stairs. And actually, Skippy now playing in. That's a substitution. I think Skippy was out previous round for Paddy. And then, obviously, Skippy played in the first round, and Paddy played second map. So Skippy's back in now. Paddy out. Let's see what impact he can have in this lineup.
That's the power of the Solace. Spots out the drone, now knows they're pushing from the southeast side of the map. The Ash charges ringing on through, starting to open up the avenues. There's a player on upside down rappel for Armory, but look at this with the swings into one, gets the second. That's how you utilize that operator. Goes for a third, does some damage, doesn't net anything. Opts to rather play it safely, holds a passive angle, but he's already done enough damage. He can waltz on off happily, knowing he wreaked havoc to this attack.
Yeah, the Skippy Stiggy connection just decimates that first opening of the garage. And now Enemy, who has come back after being subbed out for Vlad, is finding himself looking at that open wall that you mentioned, how they've opened up that wall, usually reinforce that, actually working to their advantage because they're locking down the player, jumping on top of the van. Whoever gets injured, it's all up to Enemy and Crisscross now as the solidification of that injury comes on through. Skippy finds Kiev. In the meantime, Crisscross challenging that vertical. Quite unusual to see that vertical challenged. Is able to get the down on to Stiggy, but not able to do any more, as the enemy did just manage to kind of level this up in the 3v2. Crisscross and enemy hoping to carry VYBN to their first round victory.
Oh, chops the hatch, pistol in hand, shuts him down. That's how you make a hero play.
Oh!
Goes for the second, the pistol proving worthy. Xhail, what are you doing? This is VYBN's map pick. You can't just be doing that.
Is that a 4K? That was a 4K.
Into your angles. I do think it was.
Madness. Stiggy, not even taking a moment to ease himself into this match, gets the opening kill, I think, onto Wicked, I believe, and then gets an additional 3. Dropping the hatch onto Crisscross, who was challenging that vertical angle, was a bold move, especially after Chris got the DBNO on him. So Stiggy wasn't even looking good on health when he dropped the hatch, but he said, why not? I've only got 1 life, and I'm just going to go for it.
That's how you open it. I've said time after time that VYBN's essence on attack is quick and efficient executions. When they need to worry about aggressive defenders, it seems like they are unsure of what to do, and that's what happens. When Xhail jump on down hatches with a pistol in hand, it seems VYBN just aren't ready for it, and they open with a good blow on VYBN's map pick. And Trinoc, I don't know about you, but if I'm Xhail, I am feeling confident about myself, because they truly have nothing to lose at this point. They're 2-0 and 0 up. This is VYBN's map pick, they know that. That's why they know, even if they lose this one, they still have the map lead. Even if they lose this one, it's not their own map pick that they're like, oh, we should have won this one. This is where they can say, okay, this is your map pick, we have the lead. Let's just play in a play style that we are comfortable with, swing into every angle, and make VYBN uncomfortable.
So I just want to apologize to Paddy, because he said he both played the second and the first map, and I thought he swapped off with Skippy. My bad, Paddy. No hate here, but Skippy is now in, so you get to troll me in chat, I guess. As Wicked is going to just be able to point out where those holograms, those prismas are. They know that there's an alibi now playing around those tower stairs. Tower stairs. And enemy, or I don't know who that player was, an Attic, could find himself running up to Dan. Very shortly, Dan gets droned out. Now the pressure is on. This could be the first pick for them. There we go. See the player moving into Attic. Going to start spamming through that soft wall. Could put Dan in a very awkward situation. It's a Kiva v Dan battle up in Attic. The rest of the map does not matter to these two players as the heads aren't hit. Kiva almost hits the head and Dan almost responds as both these players start backing off. But Dan is being focused on right now. They're trying to get rid of this roam. They know how dangerous that can be. Enemy, in the meantime, gets Skippy somewhere downstairs.
He's doubled down on this. He's playing it till death. He's expended 1 minute and 30 already. Sure, Skippy's lost his life, but I don't think they know where he is. Drone's coming out. They haven't spotted him. They're wondering, where in the hell did he go? Not expecting top floor, but there we go. Pings come out. Now they invariably know of his position. They might just say, sure, you've got big tower, but the site's down below, my friend. We don't have to deal with you.
Yeah, they very much can just ignore him, but they're not. Kiva is not at all ignoring him.
Still alive.
Dan is just absolutely wasting so much time on this attack right now.
How is he allowed to do this?
Dude.
Moved on through, pushed into Dorm, gets the kill. Running amok on the middle floor. Dancing between crossfires, dancing between angles. No one can find him. Finally, Vertical will shut him down, but Shock to equalize. 40 seconds left. They've already wasted so much time.
That was some beautiful play from the alibi of Dan. Just absolutely burning that time away. And now Trilo and Stiggy are able to lock down the site, especially with those smoke canisters in hand. He's just throwing them out, making sure they don't get an easy access into Boiler, into Electric to get the defuse, the box down. Down playing on pillars. VYBN esports.
Oh, Stiggy has an opportunity. Sprays on through. The smoke canister's still ringing out. They can't push into the bomb site yet. The Surya gate, he passes through. Surely that audio cue gives them the intel, but with 3 minutes left, you need to get that bomb down. He's still alive and he's still loitering down below. Xhail with another stolen victory.
I wouldn't say that's a stolen victory. I would say that was a very hard-earned victory, or potentially a VYBN throwing the victory away, focusing so much of their time and energy on that one play of Dan when maybe just a changing up of strategies, pushing towards laundry rather than trying to get control of the electric hatch and pushing into pillar may have been the play, just completely making Dan irrelevant, that Dan would then have to go for a retake, which could have actually worked in VYBN's advantage. Xhail played that beautifully. They knew exactly what they needed to do. Their anchors played their roles exactly how a good anchor should. Smoke canisters, just making sure that any time available was not able to be utilized by the attackers. Now onto their next defense. They still have the smoke in hand. They still have some roam presence in Skippy and Stiggy. How are VYBN going to respond being 2-0 down?
Oh, I mean, Harper was showcasing their stickies 5-1 up, but I just have to point out in the previous round, Dan staying up top, rotating into T4, unheard of. Wasted about 2 minutes. After that, 30 seconds left to make the execute happen. Still had smoke canisters, still had delay tactics. Xhail coming out so strong out of that round. Into this map. Don't forget, it's VYBN's map, but time after time, we've seen VYBN struggle on their map picks. Is this going to be another? Xhail coming into this game looking for the 3-0.
Trilo, I was talking about how Trilo played the smoke last round and anchoring nicely, using those smokes to great effect. Now just playing on those bottom of tower stairs, roaming instead. Not going to have much value if the site falls before he can get back there. And of course, Chris is playing out of blue, hoping to put some pressure onto this roam. Let's see what can happen here. VYBN haven't really made much movement onto map. It seems they're a bit too worried now, especially after that last round where Dan very much caused a lot of issues for them. They're taking it slow. They're trying to get as much information as possible before moving in this time round. Kieva upstairs, not going to face too many challenges, hoping to get control of the vertical with enemy vertical as well, coming in with the sledgehammer. They do have 2 defenders to deal with and some castle barricades that are going to help lock them out. Audio cues abound. This could give Xhail the information they need to know exactly where VYBN is coming from. Going to open up that dorms wall with the hard breach. So all those things coming up, they're hoping to get a hard breach charge in. Window has been opened now by Xhail. They're wanting to get some long angles to see if they can catch anyone chilling out in the tower. And the whole of VYBN is moving upstairs. Ooh!
That's an important one to open, but Skippy shuts it down quick and easy from beyond the fog of war. We can see a 2-pinned attack. One inside of meeting, but equally they're pushing in through attic. They need that vertical control if they want to take control of this bomb site. The Thermite and the Sledge are trying to make that happen. Equally, inside of a meeting, they're still struggling. Sitting up top, Stiggy, Gritty, and waiting. The smoke canisters to connect. They're just waiting for this one. A minute left on the clock, and already they're starting to pounce. Finds the kill onto Stiggy, that's an opener. Shuts down the MVP, and the hatch is open, so they can start to use this. Rotating around. Yulo knows he needs to make something happen, and he knows there's one inside of Split. Can't connect just yet, but shock on the bomb side. Here, Victor fall as well. The scoreboard goes orange. Crisscross to equalize. Getting into the late stage now. They need to either get this bomb down or get the kills, and try to maneuver their way into these angles, but it's shock to come out. The vertical is no match for them. Just rotates abound, and 20 seconds left. Either get onto that bomb site or wait.
There's nothing he can do if he gets onto the bomb site. He does not have the box in his hands. He does not have too much of an option but to take these fights and hope to come out on top. But the crossfire could prove a lot. Holding onto the boss, the Froxes, but Vertical gets the headshot. Dan, who rotated through it to the back of Meeting Hall onto the stage there, says, you may get one, but you won't get both. Xhail proving that they're vertical, not even their vertical plays, they're crossfire plays, they're cross angles, they're double angle holds that they love setting up. Still strong to this day. And suddenly VYBN in a map we predicted was going to go all them is no longer in their favor.
This is a mighty showing coming out from Xhail. Already on their defense, taking 3 in a row. If you don't know how site rotations work in Siege, once you go to a bomb site and you win it, you can't go back there 2 more times. They've proved they can win out not only their primary, their secondary, but also their tertiary bomb site. If they can keep this going, it's a 6-0 half for them. VYBN. I've said this before, but this is where you need to show up. You're down 2 maps. This is your mapping. You can't be dropping 3 rounds in a row. We've seen excellence from VYBN, don't get me wrong. But this is where you need to showcase it again.
Hopefully they can start to pick up the pace and start to bring the pieces back together of their failing attack. And show us why they chose this map, show us why they 7-1'd Onyx on this map just yesterday. Going from parking now, looks like they're going to start putting pressure on main entrance. They're going to use that van, putting pressure onto master bedroom, going up Arsenal stairs. Very much just making this hard for the defenders to play on this side of the map. But it didn't work out last round. Last round, Stiggy and Skippy shut them down the moment they tried to get inside here. And is that going to happen again? It's enemy once again opening up this door. The vertical angle, I'm not too sure if that is in play again. They had it opened in Arsenal. Enemy seems to just be aware of that, not wanting to be too rough. They double nades, and there we go. The nade goes up, and vertical finds Stiggy playing in that position. And now this opens up Garage, a different situation than we saw last time, although Shock responds by killing out Chris.
Oh, it's a beautiful opener. Stiggle ready to fall. A player you always want to look out for. And Shock contesting. C4 goes out, does some damage, but no connection. Well, they know he's behind the mattress. Yes, the Zofia concussion goes through. And a nade to boot. Oh, they get the kill, but they still need to push deeper. Wall opened up again. So they, again, are playing in this position where, yes, wall is open, so there is a chance for the attackers to put some pressure through, but that late round rotate showing tenacity from Xhail. They're not scared. They're saying, okay, you're going to peek into this angle, but we're just going to lock it up. I'm going to say, no, can't shoot me there. That's my no-no square. Trying to push through the Syria gates. Nothing really to cancel it out. This wall is open, and it will get breached as well. Now, they've got avenues onto the bomb site, but still, 3 smoke canisters left in pocket, and guns they can use. The SMG-11 sings on through, the diffuser gone cold, and the smoke canisters will isolate it. Out in Narnia, Skippy down below, showcasing and highlighting where these players are. Now, a collapse is happening, but the kill feed just goes orange.
The collapse favored the defense this time round, even though the attackers were in some very pivotal positions going into this before they opened up that wall. And like I said, the smoke canisters really locking down that box and making sure that there is no chance of recovery. And Triolo just being extremely aggressive with that SMG, winning out those fights. That was actually a very interesting round. We saw last time that soft wall, half wall that they left open in games was actually used really well by Xhail to lock down the players coming up onto that master bedroom balcony, trying to get in there. This time around, they gave up that space, and even though the wall got opened, it didn't matter because this time round, VYBN was putting 0 pressure on Attic, which meant Triolo had a lot of space to play in Attic. He could then watch the long angle onto that wall, and VYBN just seemed to be trying one thing, doesn't work out. They try another thing, and Xhail just adapt and change up how they're going to go. And even though VYBN learned from last time, they knew that the player was going to be playing up in Arsenal, watching that garage angle, watching them come into garage, it didn't matter because the rest of the team this time around came up and ready to just lock down everything else.
I think VYBN are in the doldrums. It's a depressing state. They're down 2 maps. They're down 4 rounds on this map. Their map pick, they're behind the 8 ball.
I think they've just
I don't
lost
know what
the
they can
mentals.
do. Yeah, I mean, they've tried so many adaptations, so many strategies. I mean, Harper, pull up the kill board. It's not like they're struggling individually. They're getting kills. It just doesn't seem they're able to finalize. You look to rounds like the previous attack on this very bomb site where Xhail were just able to delay 2 minutes and then eventually just went out the round because, well, they stayed alive and the clock ticked on down. Crisscross will make quick work of entering into T4. That's a good play. Enemy shuts down Dan. And there we go, vertical to get Shock. That's a good opener. Finally showing some presence.
Yeah, finally showing presence, getting 2 quick kills. We've seen that hasn't made much difference to Xhail in the past. Let's see if it does anything this time round. I would just want to point out, Crisscross going into tower that early on with the quick rush, that was where Dan played around last time. Played through a lot of the time of VYBN's attack. This time around, with Chris getting in there so quick, he was clearly just trying to get the surprise if Dan was once again doing that same strategy and locking that down, making sure that that time didn't get played out. They haven't even used a minute now, and they have some good map control. They got this vertical up, in the meeting hall. They are going to be opening up that hatch onto electric, which means that they can start putting pressure out onto site and be in a much better position than the last time they went for this attack. Shot, unfortunately, just to connect, but he was dead, so not a huge issue for Xhail as VYBN continue the onslaught. They're just opening up so many different avenues for attack. They've got control of freezer hatch now. They have control of meeting hatch. They have control of laundry entrance with crisscross. Just spamming through into laundry. That is huge, as they are about to just find themselves looking at too many angles to deal with if VYBN goes for the collapse.
Yeah, this is a VYBN rejuvenated. This is such a good start to this round, but they're starting to fall. They did all of their due diligence early in this round, but is this where they fall once again? Springs on through, but he connects from the side, finds him. Hulo in the 1v4, make that a 1v3, make that a 1v2 as suddenly he strikes.
Strike.
Don't make this happen again. Oh. Patience. He shoots him out. He finds the head. Oh, if the Xhail can find this round, it has to be the nail in the coffin. I see no way. Hulo toying with his food. He shows out the smoke canister. And there's a rotation from Crisscross. Hand, but he finds the headshot. Hulo and Xhail. I don't know, VYBN. I don't know.
Triolo goes
Xhail
huge.
Just better.
That was insanity. I believe that was an ace. I don't know if you can confirm that. But that man got a 4K confirmed from Harper. That was 4, not an ace. But so close. I mean, he 4v1'd basically. And it was a little unfortunate. Skippy on the Jaeger got the down onto one of VYBN's players and then went for the complete shutout, which just exposed him to the flank from behind. You know, sometimes it's worth it to go for the injured secure, sometimes it's not. And actually worked out by the fact that then Trilo was able to catch the injured man being helped up by their players. I mean, that gunfight was an easy fight, so an easy 2 kills, and then a difficult 2 after that. But still, absolutely phenomenal gun work with that SMG-11. This man just seems to be a smoke master.
VYBN are just cannon fodder to Xhail at this point in time. There's no other word for it. I don't want to harp on their unforced errors, but there were many. And they need to fix that. Can't be
You
doing
don't
that
want
for
to
the final map of the
harper
grand
on?
final. Harper enjoys the joke. But I just can't get past that. They did all of their due diligence. In the middle minute of the 3 minutes in the previous round, they looked perfect. They got 2 opening kills. They opened up every single avenue they could. They got kills on the bomb site. They collapsed, but they just couldn't follow through. And I don't know what you do as VYBN in this position because you're being outclassed. Truly. They're trying to get into the site. They'll probably get all their checks done, but I just want VYBN to show up, man.
This is definitely a kill or be killed moment for VYBN. If they go into the turn of the half with 6-0 with how these players on Xhail's team are playing, that is just not what you want to see if you are VYBN. I mean, Stiggy is popping off. Triolo is popping off. Skippy's popping off. Dan's popping off. Not a single one of these players has a rapid kill distance between them. I mean, 6 and then everyone else has 4, basically. So everyone on Xhail right now is just playing to their best of their abilities, and VYBN have no answer to it. They are going to start putting pressure onto Stiggy. They are looking to get control of this vertical, and it's looking good, but every time it's looking good for VYBN, it all falls apart in the closing moments of the round.
Oh, contesting again, a nade sails on through, but Hulo to contest from the side. Sticky swings on through. It's 1, it's 2. It's almost 3, but no, Crisscross to equalize. Let's not get overexcited just yet. There's still a chance for them to claw this back. They equalize it and stabilize a tiny bit, but they still need that top floor presence. Spotting him out, Crisscross to finalize, and he gets the kill. That's how you answer back. Now translating it on and pushing into Zulu. The hallway, the final place of congestion. The drone sailing on through. That's his confirmation that yes, indeed, there is one. Knows where he's backed on off, but not really anything he can do. Skippy's just better today.
Skippy's not... I would say that Skippy and Chris are playing both at the same level, but Chris was holding that angle so tight, but not really moving his stance, whereas Skippy was constantly moving, crouching, standing. Chris had no idea where his head was going to be. Chris's head was always in the same place. Kiever has found his way onto site though, but he doesn't have much health. Wicked 0 support with the box going down. That's unfortunate because now it's locked out with a man who can't really take much. All it will take is a paper cut to take Kiever down, and Skippy is that piece of paper in the end, all the way from above. There's nope, no more. You are done. 6-0 on the turn of the half, and this is scary if you are vibing right now.
I mean, VYBN, even if you start picking up now, I think it's a day late and $1 short. You're 6-0 down. Your mental is in the gutter. I don't want to focus on VYBN's flaws too much because I truly think this is Xhail just playing at an insane level. VYBN, there's still a chance. I don't want to write them off just yet, but they need to show us something incredible right now.
VYBN needs to do what Xhail just did and win 6 rounds uncontested in a row just to have a chance of staying in this map, let alone the match. Because all Xhail needs is 1 good round out of 6, and it's all over. It's the end of VYBN's time in the series, in this season at least. So let's see what VYBN can pull out. They're going for a little bit of a different strategy to what Xhail played, just focusing a bit more on this attic reinforcements. I don't know if we can get an overview, see what they've done in games. That would be fantastic. Harper, can you just show me the games reinforcements? Thank you. So similar, actually very similar strategy in the end there with that soft war in games. So hoping to hold those long angles, hoping to utilize attic to their advantage in the same way that Xhail did. But Xhail seem to have mastered that strategy and possibly will know exactly how to counter it. Actually, they left that attic soft. Sorry, I just noticed they left attic soft, whereas Xhail actually reinforced attic all the way.
Yeah, I mean, they're allowing Wicked to play on into T4. He drops down. Maybe a bit early, but down finding enemy. That's a good opener. But it hurts. Falling by the wayside already. Pushing on through. Dan is in kitchen. Still trying to find some roamers. Nothing just yet. Wicked still in tower. That's going to be the next point of contention. Dan, I don't know if he has any intel from his teammates. Looks like there is a yellow ping and reinforcement is going to come through. A late round.
Oh!
The vertical! Dan shuts him down. Xhail are just proving that they are the better team today amidst the flounce and filigree of death. There's nothing these extra players can do. Kiev shut down. Vertical left alive. They are trying to contest. Catches one, but the extra juice just isn't worth the squeeze. He's going to do what he can. Clutch onto this round, but he's going to need an ace if he wants this. They're going to need a flawless round. They're going to need everything they can muster. The bomb's going down. Finds one, yes, but flashbanged out. Can't do anything. Blinded on the stairs. Up against the world. Back against the wall. Nade coming through. The new player on this team. It must be a sorry sight. His angles being held. The timer ticking down. He needs 7 seconds on that diffuser if he wants to defuse. Slowly crawling on up. Watches into the first angle, but there are 3 more to find. It just feels like an impossible deed, and indeed it is. A flawless game on Oregon. They take VYBN's map pick. And Xhail, well done.
I am utterly speechless. 7-0. And the best that VYBN could do was 7-1 yesterday. That's insane. Xhail are your Season 1 victors. They are going to be happy. They're going to be eating good tonight, as I saw someone say in the chat. And that was absolutely insane. I just want to point out the communication on Xhail was phenomenal. Firstly, let's talk about a pivotal moment, I feel, in that final round with the IQ. And if I can just see who IQ was, it was Dan. Dan and IQ challenging tower. The man moves into attic, starts reinforcing. He gets the audio cue. He's got the ping. He knows exactly where that player is. exactly where the players were, where they died from, what angles were being held, and they took that aggression and didn't stop running with it, which is just phenomenal.
Now, Trinoc, this has been a result I have been waiting for so long. Xhail are a storied roster in R6ZA. They have played in so many tournaments, they've gotten so many upsets, but they've never truly gotten their day, their weekend, their tournament. This is the one. This is the start. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Xhail have come out first in a tournament. Well done to the boys. It shows perseverance.
100%. I mean, I think you are correct there, but that's mostly because the only other tournament we've had up until this point between the ROG3 and now was the SSA tournaments and the SSA leagues, and that one, at least the one at the end of last year, Xhail, they may have gotten relatively far, but they didn't make it to the finals, and they definitely didn't win that one out. And now they've shown that they are going to keep grinding. They're going to keep getting better. And like I said, winning this one could just be the start for this team.
But even in yonder year, think back 2 years ago, Crisscross and most of this entire lineup. I mean, let me look at this team lineup. Skippy and Tulo, Shock, and Crisscross. Sorry, Crisscross on VYBN. I got confused.
Maybe
there,
like, are you leaking a trade? Is that a leaked transfer?
No, I'm just trying to point out that Xhail's players have been around the scene, but they've never found their day, and I cannot be more proud of this team. They showed us today in this map, especially, beating out VYBN 7-0 is a monstrous task, and I think the community needs to applaud them for this showing today.
I think, yeah, 100% agree with everything you're saying. Xhail, absolutely phenomenal performance, 3-0ing in the grand final. But that, I believe, Jacques, is going to be it from us today. So thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you for the teams for signing up for the first season of the Operator Series that Metal State is running. Look out for a future league announcement for Siege. Let's keep the Siege scene going. Let's let Xhail keep the momentum up. I have been Trinoc, and it's been wonderful casting for you guys and being here and being back on the microphone with you, Jacques. And any last words from you?
Just lovely to see you again, Trinoc, to hear your beautiful voice, to see the community showing up in the Twitch chat, and to see the support and the young blood winning games. It feels like a breath of fresh air, and it feels like the good old days in a way. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the support. Truly, the community's been amazing this whole weekend, and even on the back ends, Metal State showing their support for the Rainbow Six circuit, Ubisoft opening up a South African center showing their support. It really feels good to finally see people supporting Siege, people being passionate about Siege just as much as me, and thank you for showing up.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, and thank you to the broadcast team and to Harper for the observing. Until next time, we will see you guys again.